Have you ever thought that are we alone in the universe? Or are there other living beings besides us living in some part of the universe? Let us deep dive into the concept of aliens in the Qur'an and find out the truth about them. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Naseeha Studio. Today we will talk about an interesting and different topic, aliens. For centuries, humankind has looked up at the stars, wondering if we are alone in the vast universe. With billions of galaxies, each containing millions or even billions of planets, the question of extraterrestrial life has fascinated both scientists and ordinary people alike. But did you know that the Qur'an, a 1400-year-old scripture, might hold clues about the existence of life beyond Earth? Let's explore the concept of aliens in the Qur'an, break down its verses, and see if this ancient text hints at life elsewhere in the cosmos, the vastness of creation in the Qur'an. The Qur'an emphasizes the immensity and grandeur of Allah's creation, repeatedly referring to the vastness of the universe. One of the key messages in the Qur'an is that Allah is the creator of everything in the heavens and the earth, highlighting the enormous scope of His creation. This idea is expressed in several verses that reflect on the sheer magnitude of the cosmos. In Surah Al-Fatir, chapter 35, verse 1, the Qur'an says, "Praise be to Allah, creator of the heavens and the earth, who made the angels messengers with wings, 2 or 3 or 4 pairs. He adds to creation as He pleases. For Allah has power over all things." Here the term heavens is often interpreted to refer to the skies or the broader universe beyond earth. In Arabic, the word samawat, heavens, is used in the plural form, implying multiple layers or levels of the heavens, which some scholars interpret as different realms or possibly even different galaxies or universes. The Qur'an frequently uses the phrase heavens and the earth to describe the totality of creation, suggesting that there is much more to Allah's creation than what we can observe on earth. In Surah Ash-Shura, chapter 42, verse 29, another verse points to the possibility of life in the universe. "And among His signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the living creatures that He has spread throughout them, and He has power to gather them together when He wills." This verse is particularly intriguing because it mentions living creatures, Dabbah, being spread throughout the heavens and the earth. While the exact meaning of these creatures is left open to interpretation, some scholars suggest that this could imply the existence of life beyond Earth. The verse emphasizes that life is not restricted to our planet, but could be present elsewhere in the vastness of the universe. The Qur'an consistently portrays the heavens as a space filled with creation that humans may not fully understand. In Surah Al-Mulk, chapter 67, verse 5, the Qur'an mentions the stars, and indeed, we have adorned the nearest heaven with stars. This suggests that the stars we see are only part of the closest or nearest heaven, implying that there are other levels or realms beyond our current understanding. The notion of 7 heavens appears in multiple places throughout the Qur'an, further emphasizing that the universe is far more complex and expansive than what is visible to the human eye. The emphasis on the vastness of creation in the Qur'an serves several purposes. First, it highlights the infinite power and knowledge of Allah as the creator of everything. Second, it reminds humans of their limited understanding of the universe. The Qur'an calls upon its readers to reflect on the majesty of the universe, inspiring humility and awe in the face of such an immense creation. The concept of a vast, multi-layered creation in the Qur'an opens up the possibility that the universe contains more than just Earth and its inhabitants. It invites contemplation about the existence of other worlds, potentially filled with life, and reminds believers that Allah's creation is far greater than what we can perceive. The word Dabbah and its implications. The word Dabbah in the Qur'an holds a significant place when discussing the possibility of life beyond Earth. In Arabic, Dabbah refers to a living creature, or more precisely, a being that moves or crawls on the surface. This term encompasses a wide variety of life forms, such as animals, humans, and insects. However, the Qur'an's use of this word is not strictly limited to Earth, which opens up the possibility that Dabbah could refer to creatures living elsewhere in the universe. In Surah An-Nur, chapter 24, verse 45, the Qur'an says, Allah has created every living creature, Dabbah, from water. Some of them move on their bellies, some on 2 legs, and some on 4. Allah creates whatever He wills. Indeed, Allah is over all things competent. This verse is important because it mentions the diversity of creatures on earth, all created from water, which is an essential component for life as we know it. The Qur'an explains that living creatures come in various forms: those that crawl, walk on 2 legs, or move on 4 legs. This reflects the variety of life we observe in the natural world. However, it is worth noting that the verse does not explicitly state that Dabbah is limited to Earth. It uses broad language to describe life forms, suggesting that life could potentially exist elsewhere in Allah's creation. The fact that Dabbah is created from water also aligns with modern scientific views that water is essential for the development of life, which is why scientists search for water on other planets as a sign of potential habitability. In Surah Ash-Shura, chapter 42, verse 29, the Qur'an again uses the word Dabbah in a broader context. And among His signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth and the living creatures, Dabbah, that He has spread throughout them, and He has power to gather them together when He wills. This verse is especially intriguing because it mentions Dabbah in the context of both the heavens and the earth. The phrase "spread throughout them" implies that life, in the form of Dabbah, is not limited to our planet, but could also exist in other parts of the universe, or heavens, as referred to in the Qur'an. This has led some scholars to speculate that Dabbah could include extraterrestrial life forms, or beings that inhabit other worlds within the vast creation of Allah. The use of Dabbah in this verse suggests that Allah's creation of life is not confined to one planet or realm. The idea of creatures existing in the heavens further expands the possibility that the Qur'an is hinting at life beyond Earth. While the Qur'an does not provide specific details about what these creatures might be or where exactly they are located, the mention of living beings spread across the heavens and the earth gives room for interpreting Dabbah as a term that could include extraterrestrial life. Implications for the concept of extraterrestrial life. The implications of the Qur'an's use of the word Dabbah go beyond just describing life on earth. The inclusion of this term in verses that speak of the heavens and the earth opens up a broader interpretation of what life could be in the universe. Some scholars and researchers argue that the Qur'an leaves space for the idea that life could exist elsewhere in the cosmos, a possibility that aligns with modern scientific inquiries into the existence of extraterrestrial life. While the Qur'an does not explicitly state that aliens or otherworldly creatures exist, the broad usage of Dabbah allows for the interpretation that life is not confined to Earth alone. This opens up a theological and philosophical discussion about the nature of Allah's creation and the diversity of life forms that may exist beyond human understanding. The concept of Dabbah also ties into the Qur'an's overall message of Allah's boundless power and creativity. By creating a wide variety of life forms, both seen and unseen, Allah demonstrates His ability to bring life into existence in many forms, in many places, and under various conditions. The Qur'an's use of the word Dabbah has deep implications for our understanding of life in the universe. While it primarily refers to creatures on Earth, its broader application in verses that speak of the heavens suggests that life could exist elsewhere. The Qur'an's emphasis on the vastness and diversity of creation leaves room for the possibility of extraterrestrial life, making the word Dabbah a key concept in discussions about life beyond our planet. Heavens, as other worlds. The Qur'an frequently uses the word heavens, samawat, to refer to the skies above us, but many scholars interpret this term to signify the broader universe, including stars, planets, and possibly other dimensions. The Qur'an describes Allah as the creator of 7 heavens, a phrase that has led to much debate and speculation. Could this mention of multiple heavens refer to parallel universes, other galaxies, or even alien civilizations? Some scholars argue that this could be the case. While the Qur'an does not directly mention extraterrestrial beings, the idea of multiple heavens allows for the possibility of other forms of life that exist beyond our planet. In Surah Al-Mulk, chapter 67, verse 5, it says, "And indeed we have adorned the nearest heaven with stars." This verse hints that what we see as stars might only be a part of the nearest heaven, implying that there are other levels of the universe that are beyond human observation. Jinn, another form of life? The Qur'an explicitly mentions beings known as Jinn, who are created from smokeless fire, Surah Al-Hijr, chapter 15, verse 27. Jinn are invisible to humans and live in a parallel world, yet they share some similarities with us, such as free will and accountability. While Jinn are not extraterrestrial beings in the strictest sense, they are said to inhabit Earth. Their existence in a different dimension raises questions about the possibility of life forms that exist beyond the physical realm as we know it. The mention of Jinn demonstrates that the Qur'an acknowledges life forms other than humans, suggesting that the universe might be filled with other mysterious beings, both seen and unseen. The gathering of all creatures. One of the most fascinating ideas in the Qur'an is the concept that all living creatures, from the heavens and the earth, will be gathered together on the Day of Judgment. This is mentioned in Surah Ash-Shura, chapter 42, verse 29, as quoted earlier, and again in Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 44. "The seven heavens and the earth and all beings therein declare His glory. There is not a thing but celebrates His praise. And yet ye understand not how they declare His glory." This verse suggests that all creatures in the heavens and the earth are engaged in praising Allah, even if humans are not able to comprehend it. If there are indeed other creatures in the universe, they too are part of Allah's creation and will be part of the final reckoning. Qur'an and modern science. Interestingly, some scientists have drawn parallels between the Quranic descriptions of the universe and modern scientific discoveries. For instance, the idea that life could exist in other parts of the universe aligns with the search for extraterrestrial life in astrobiology. The Qur'an's descriptions of the vastness of space, the plurality of heavens, and the presence of living creatures in various forms resonate with modern ideas about the potential for life on other planets. However, it is important to note that while these parallels exist, the Qur'an does not explicitly confirm or deny the existence of aliens. What about contact with aliens? While the Qur'an may hint at the possibility of extraterrestrial life, it does not directly address the issue of contact with such beings. Some scholars believe that if intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe, they would also be part of Allah's creation, subject to the same divine laws and principles that govern all living beings. Whether or not we will ever make contact with alien civilizations is a question that remains unanswered, both in religious and scientific discussions. However, the Qur'an's emphasis on the vastness of creation and the diversity of life suggests that humanity's understanding of the universe is still limited. Conclusion: a universe full of possibilities. The Qur'an, while primarily a book of guidance for human beings, offers intriguing hints about the vastness and diversity of Allah's creation. Its mention of multiple heavens, living creatures spread throughout the cosmos, and mysterious beings like Jinn opens up the possibility that life may exist beyond our planet. As we continue to explore the universe through science and technology, the ancient verses of the Qur'an may continue to provide spiritual insight into the age-old question: are we alone? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in the stars, waiting for us to discover it. In the meantime, the Qur'an encourages us to reflect on the majesty of creation, reminding us that the universe is far more complex and wondrous than we may ever fully comprehend. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content celebrating the Islamic heritage. Your support really helps spread these important stories and teachings. We hope that Allah brings peace, happiness, and success to you and your family.